This video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon. Hey guys, so I'm here with the final part of the Leaning Work Log series, and I know it took long enough to get out, but we're finally doing it. So this specific video is just me covering a bunch of the smaller pieces and accessories she has that I didn't get full start to finish footage of. This specific clip is me dremeling the pieces that I will be using to create her belt buckle. You can find all of these patterns on my store Envy. All of them should be out and up and listed by now. So all I'm doing here is just using the scissors to cut out angles and then dremeling that down so that the edges that need to be beveled end up being beveled. Now I'm finally starting to glue all of the pieces together. I'm starting with the bottom layer and then working my way up. So a gem has to sit on this portion of her belt buckle, and in her photos and stuff, that part is a little indented, so I'm just taking a Dremel with a different tip. I don't know the specific names of tip, but it's the one that looks like what it does in this video here, and kind of dremeling that down. You'll see me switch in a little bit, I believe. Because the top layer needs to sit a little bit higher than it was going to if I just glued it directly onto the bottom layer, I'm going ahead and cutting out just another kind of small strip of thicker EVA foam, and I'm going to glue that in between the two pieces. But real fast before I do that, I decided to finish up this bottom layer. Now it's time to start on the top layer of her belt. So in this clip, I am working on her necklace. I'm just taking thin EVA foam, a strip that will fit around my neck. I think it's about like an inch or an inch and a half wide. And the little smaller pieces that I'm using to create that second layer and just give it some dimension are about maybe like a couple millimeters wide. But yes, I'm just gluing that together, and then I will be adding Velcro to either end, and that is how it's going to close. Right here in this specific clip, I'm working on that odd like heart-shaped piece that she has where the resin gem will sit. Now I'm working on the shoe pieces. I had already cut out and patterned what I needed, which shapes to be to fit where on the shoe and everything. So I'm getting it ready for priming now, and in order to make sure it's going to keep the shape that I want and not kind of like widen or loosen up, even with a heat gun, it will sometimes do that. I am pinning it directly to the shoe, and then I will be coating it in wood glue. I'm also doing this so that I can glue all the pieces together as well before priming, which you will see me do here in like 1 second. Okay, maybe not 1 second, but like real soon. In this clip, I have the finger armor all put together and glued together and shaped to the shape I want it, but I want it to be able to move and be like one piece since there's a knuckle part and a fingertip part. What I'm doing is just tying some thread in between the two pieces, and that's going to allow me to keep them movable and still attached. Now it's time to prime everything with wood glue. This is the hand piece and the upper armband, which I didn't get any other footage of, but they're pretty straightforward and really simple to make. The gems are made out of resin, and I use chalk pastels to color them, and then I'm just simply attaching them with hot glue. For the paint, I use gold spray paint, and then for the purple and black parts, I used acrylic paint, and then topped it off with a glossy top coat. And that is it. This is all the footage I have, and now the Leaning Work Log series is finally finished. It took long enough, oh my god. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to know how I made any of the other pieces, I have videos on everything, so make sure to check that out. And I will have other cosplay videos coming. Bye, have a lovely day.